Well, good morning and welcome to another video. You might be wondering why it's been so long since I've uploaded a video. Well, to tell you the truth is I have been riding a lot, but I've been having a problem with making these vlogs in the sense that the audio when riding is not the greatest. The reason for that was actually the windscreen that I installed on one of my previous videos. It's been great on terms of riding and making me more comfortable while riding, but the downside is that when I'm going at a higher speed, the wind would hit the windscreen and come straight off of the windscreen, and then it would catch right underneath my helmet, which is not a big problem when you're riding, but it creates so much noise when it's that like a very harsh stream of air hits the helmet. It makes a lot of noise, and that was actually interfering with my audio when I was talking. So it made it very difficult to understand what I was saying when going anywhere above 90 kilometers an hour. Now, today's video, what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be installing a modification to this windscreen. And what that will do is help give an extra deflection to go up and over my helmet so that when I'm riding, you can actually hear me talk. So the same company that makes this windscreen, Puig, they make a windscreen deflector, which will mount right here on the windscreen. And they say that this is a no drill install. It simply just clamps onto the existing windscreen. Now, of course, this windscreen is wider than the current one that I have on here, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. In fact, it might actually relieve some air pressure off of my shoulders, which would be nice as well. But let's dig into this and take a look at the instructions and see what we're going to be doing here. The windscreen comes with a kit right here, and basically all I need to do is just mount this onto the windscreen, this guy here, and then clip it onto that guy. So let's get started and rip this thing open. We have one arm here, then the second arm, and then it looks like we have two caps that go onto the other side of the windscreen. And then we have a bunch of screws and screw caps. It seems it's a 4mm to install this. So a 4mm Allen key. So what we're going to do, when you look at this, this is the bottom side. So basically the short angle here and here, that is down, and then the broad slope is pointing up. We stick that there like so. Okay, just give me a few minutes to fumble around with this to line everything up. And I'm doing this the same way that you would be doing this, as I'm not holding onto my camera trying to film this, so this is full two hands. Perfect. Now, the one thing that when looking at this is there's no left or right side. They're both identical. So no need to try to figure any of that stuff out. It's pretty simple and straightforward. So I got one screw partially in. I'll grab a second screw here. Now, of course, there is a front and back to this windscreen, and it's quite obvious. You just follow the curve. So obviously it's going to curve towards you, and so that you're on the inside of the curve and not the outside of the curve. Now, I apologize for all the traffic here today. I'm not sure why there's so much traffic this morning. It is a Saturday morning after all. People should be in bed sleeping, but they're not. Now that I got the screw in, now let's just give it a nice torque. Good. And this one here, ooh, this one here needs up quite a bit. Perfecto. Okay, so that's on there nice and strong. That's not going anywhere. So now we'll do the same thing with the other side here. And again, just remember, I'm not an expert at any of this. This is the first time I'm ever doing this stuff. And so if I do make a mistake, you'll see it first, and then you'll know what not to do. And I won't edit any of my mistakes out. I like to show off my mistakes because they're quite hilarious when they do happen. Okay, so this is started. Cool. And I'll grab my second one. Now, if you're wondering where I got this windscreen, I got this one here off of Amazon. I was gonna get it through one of my local bike shops or online retailers other than Amazon, but they didn't have them in stock. So those are on there, and now let's torque them up. Now what we're gonna do is install the screw caps. Okay, so let me give you guys a close-up on this. You can see the windscreen here like so, and the mounting hardware on the sides. Now these are very flexible, right? So they go up and down and all that good stuff. Okay. On the back of the mounts, there's another Allen key, which is also a 4mm, so you don't need to change anything there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen this up a little bit so that I can slide this onto my windscreen. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm adjusting the windscreen where it's going to be mounted onto my existing windscreen. And so that is lined up, perfect. That is lined up. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tighten this thing on. Okay, that's on there nice. Now let's get this other one on here as well. So this is definitely not coming off. It's clamped on there very hard. And now what I'll do is adjust this up. Perfect. With that in place, peel the little sticker off. With this in place now, the wind should now deflect off of this and up and over my helmet, and it's giving me just a couple more inches of windscreen vertically, and the current angle is exactly the same as the windscreen, but I can alter it and change it so that it's more aggressive and more in my face, or I can adjust it and make it less. So let me see here, like so. And so now this is more vertical, so it's going to just hit it here and deflect it more up. So I'm going to have to play around with this when riding and adjust it accordingly, and see which works the best. But either way, it's still above the windscreen and it's going to deflect just enough air, because I don't need it to deflect a lot. I just need to get it above the chin level. So if it hits me up around eye level, it's fine. It's going to cause a lot less noise because my helmet's very aerodynamic. But the noise is really coming from hitting under the chin. That's where all the sound is coming from. So this should help with that wind noise and stuff like that. I will be doing another vlog after I've fully adjusted this deflector so that I can do a riding vlog. And when I do that vlog, I will show you which angle I'm going to be leaving this in. Obviously, I'm going to have to do a few rides, adjust, listen back, and stuff like that, and see exactly which angle this needs to be set at. But it's installed very strong, right? So it's not going anywhere. And I can guarantee you I can ride this at very high speeds and not have to worry about it flying off. I know there's no holes drilled into the windscreen. It's a friction mount, but the amount of clamping power that I have using the Allen key on the back of this, it's really gripped on. So there's no worries there. By the way, the instructions on these on this product is very lame. So basically, let me show you this. The instructions are very, very basic. Basically, it's 3 pictures, and they really don't explain a lot. We'll see you next video.